class, how are you all? I hope you all must be going very well. Today we are back here with a new session of Science Class 3rd. And today we are going to explore our new chapter, that is chapter number 10, about the Earth, our home planet. So students, as we all know that Earth is one of the 8 planets of our solar system, and it is our home planet as we all live on the Earth. Okay, so out of the 8 planets, the Earth is the only planet where life is possible because of the presence of air, water, sunlight, plants, and many other things. So now let us discuss today in the detailed manner about some new and exciting features of Earth. Okay, so in this chapter today, we will learn some exciting and amazing features of Earth. Right? See. So students, first of all, the learning objectives of this chapter is about the Earth. Okay, first of all, we will learn about the Earth. Secondly, we will learn that how the Earth formed. Okay. Third, the Earth's movement, means how many types of movement does it show. Okay. Then fourth, we are going to learn about the Earth's spheres. Okay. Now, so first of all, students, they have given an activity 2, and over there, what they have given you, that write the names of the phases of moon. Okay, student, it's not correct. It should be write the names of the planets of solar system. So as I told you that we have total 8 planets in our solar system. Right? So now they have given you some pictures of the other planets of our solar system. What you have to do, you have to make them, or they have given you the names of those planets in a jumbled manner. You have to correct them and write over there. Okay? So first of all, what they have given you, number 1, this is Mercury. So write over here, MERCURY, Mercury. Okay, the closest and the first planet of our solar system, the closest planet to the sun. Secondly, we have what? This is Venus. Okay, VENUS, Venus. Then this is our home planet, that is Earth. EARTH, Earth. Right? Then next, what is this? This is, so SATURN, Saturn. Then this is Jupiter, the largest planet, JUPITER. Okay, Jupiter. And this is Mars. Okay, MARS. Mars. Done? Now, let's proceed further. So, first of all, we are going to discuss about the Earth. So, we all know that the life exists only on the Earth. This I have told you, that the only planet where the life is possible, or where life exists, is Earth only. Okay, see, the Earth's temperature, weather, atmosphere, and many other factors, they are favorable to keep us alive on the Earth. Right? See, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. What are these? These are the 4 terrestrial planets. Why? Because they are found in the inner solar system. Okay? Then, the Earth is the biggest of all the terrestrial planets. We have discussed, we have 4 terrestrial planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. And among these 4, Earth is the biggest of all the terrestrial planets. See, the diameter of the earth is 7,926 miles, right? And there are currently more than 7 billion people currently living on the surface of earth. Okay, now see, 3/4 of the earth's surface, out of the total surface of the earth, 3/4 surface of the earth is occupied by water, and the remaining 1/4 is containing of land. Means if we have this, we consider it earth, so this, see, I will show you. So this much part, this whole, this part, this bluish covered or the shaded part, this much is water. That is total 3/4 part. Okay, and this one, this remaining one, that is 1/4. This is what? This is land. Okay, 3/4 is water and 1/4 is land. So this is the basic structure of the earth's surface. Done? Now, next we come to shape of the earth. Okay, see. So earlier people thought that the shape of the earth is flat. So in the ancient time period, the people used to think that the shape of the earth is flat. Okay, but in 16th century, when in the 16th century, okay, Ferdinand Magellan, he belongs to Portugal. What he did? He started a long journey. From where? From Spain. Okay. He kept sailing towards west for 3 years. So after starting his journey, he kept sailing towards the west direction for almost 3 years. And after completing 3 years of his journey, he reached at the same place from where he started back ago in 3 years. Okay, so after 3 years, he reached at the same place from where he started to travel. So this whole journey of Ferdinand Magellan proved that the earth is round and not flat. And now it has been proven that the earth is round in shape. It is not a flat sphere. Okay? Now, next we have how did the earth form? Okay, so now we are going to learn about the formation of the earth. So earth was formed billions of years ago. Okay, likely as a result of a supernova, that is star explosion. Okay, so it was born as a huge ball of dust and hot gases. So when the earth was born, it was a huge ball of dust and hot gases. And then for millions of years, it kept on spinning. So as it spun, okay, so during its spinning, the earth's outer surface grew cold and harder year by year. Some gases from the earth's surface escaped out and some gases got trapped inside the earth's surface. And as a result, the outer surface of the earth became hard and hot molten material remained in its core, inside the core of the earth. And then after a period of millions of years, the life originated on the earth. Okay? Now, next we have what? Layers of the earth. Right? So students, the earth consists of how many? 3 major layers. Okay? And each layer is made up of a different type of material. So first of all, we have the hard outer layer that is known as crust. Right? You can see in the picture also, this part, the outer layer of the earth is known as crust. It is very hard. It is made up of solid rock. Okay, As I told you that 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water, and in percentage we can say that 70% of the Earth crust is covered with water only. Okay? The crust is covered by a layer of atmosphere. That means what? That outer the layer of crust, there is another layer of air known as atmosphere. Okay? The earth crust, it is the earth crust part only which support the all forms of life on earth. Okay? Now next we talk about what? The innermost part of the earth, that is called core. Okay? The innermost part of the earth is called core, and in that inner core it has solid metal, and in the outer core it has what? Thick liquid metal. Okay? Then there is this central region also, middle layer also between the crust and the core part. Okay? The central region between the earth crust and the earth core, and that central region part is known as mantle layer. Okay? This mantle layer, it is made up of rocks of iron silicate and magnesium silicate. Okay? And this mantle is much thicker than the crust at almost 3000 kilometer deep. It is much thicker. Mantle layer is much thicker as compared to the crust. It is almost 3000 kilometer deep. Okay? Now, so that was what? The different layers of earth. And now we are going to talk about the earth's movement. Okay? See, the earth moves in two different manners. Okay, its movement can be classified into two types. Number one is rotation and the other is revolution. See, now which type of movement is going to be called as rotation of the earth and which one is revolution? Let's discuss the difference between two of them. Okay, so the change of season is due to the movement of the earth. So as we can see that there is a change of season throughout the what? Year on the earth's surface. So this changes in the season, they are caused due to what? The movement of the earth. So majorly I told you how many? There are two important movements which affects the earth. First one is the rotation of the earth. Okay, what is rotation? See, it is around an invisible axis. There is an imaginary line which passes from the center of the earth, right? And it is believed that the earth spin on that particular axis. Okay, it spins like this on its imaginary axis. And this movement of earth on its own axis is known as rotation of the earth. Okay, around 24 hours time period. The total time taken by the earth to complete its one rotation on its own axis is of 24 hours. Then the second important movement which earth shows is its revolution. Revolution means what? The movement of earth around the sun in its own orbit. What is orbit? The fixed path on which the earth rotates around the sun. That is known as orbit, and it is believed that the earth takes how many? It takes 365 days and 6 hours time period to complete one revolution around the sun. And on an average, you can say it takes around 1 year of time period to complete one revolution. Means what? That 24 hours of time period is taken by the earth to complete one rotation on its own axis, and around 365 days and 6 hours time period is taken by the earth to complete one revolution around the sun. Okay? Now acting together. Okay? These two movements, when they act together, they create variations in temperature, weather and seasons on the earth. Okay? So now, first of all, they have given you in a detailed manner about rotation. So the earth spins like a top from west to east on its own axis. As I told you that it is an imaginary line. Earth's axis is an imaginary line that passes through its center. And it is slightly tilted also. Okay, and this movement of earth on its own axis from west to east direction, it is known as rotation. Okay, this movement is called rotation. And due to this earth's rotation only, day and night are caused on the earth. As we know, as I told you, that the earth rotates from west to east on its axis. And as the earth rotates, its one half faces the sun and the other half is away from the sun. Okay? So the part which gets sunlight. So during its rotation, the part of the earth which is facing and which is getting sunlight, it has the daytime over that particular time period. And at the same time, the other half part of the earth which receives no light during its rotation, that is night time in that particular part. This is how day and night formation takes place on the earth. Okay? You can see the earth rotation, this is sun and this is earth. So during its rotation, this part you can see it is facing the sun right now. So over here it is daytime and the other part, on the other part at the same time there is night time. Okay, then slowly the positions will get reversed and after that this part which is night right now, it will be day at this time and the other part will face night after a few time. Now next we have what? Revolution. See, like all other planets, the earth moves around the sun in its orbit and this movement of the earth is called revolution. As I told you, there is another type of movement in which the earth moves around the sun remaining in its fixed path known as orbit. And this type of movement of the earth around the sun is known as revolution of the earth. Okay, each and every planet revolutes around the sun. As the earth, see, now as the earth moves around the sun throughout the year, many parts of the earth experience changing season. Means what? See, what we have learned, due to rotation of the earth, there is change in day and night. But due to revolution of the earth, there is change in season on the earth. See, the warm spring, when there is warm spring season, it brings new flowers, right? After that, after the spring, it is followed by a hot summer filled with vacations and indoor games, right? Then, after that, what we have following summer? Following the summer season, there is another warm season which is known as autumn. In the autumn season, the trees shed their leaves, right? And then finally comes the cold and dry season known as winter season. Now, what causes the change in season? These different types of seasons can be observed. Now, what causes these changes in season? Why is the winter cold and the summer hot? Okay, so notice that one pole remains tilted towards the sun. There is one pole which always remains tilted towards the sun. Why? Due to the tilted axis of the earth. I told you this imaginary line or the imaginary axis is slightly tilted, right? The hemisphere facing the sun. So because of this, the hemisphere which is facing the sun, it gets direct sun rays and hence it has summer season over there, and in summer season we have longer days, right? At the same time on the other hemisphere, it gets the slanting rays of the sun. And because of the slanting rays received by that particular hemisphere, it has winter season, and in winter season, we have shorter days. Okay? So this was the two different types of movement shown by the earth. Now, next part which we have is about the atmosphere. As I told you that there is an outer layer of air also around the crust part which is known as atmosphere. So let us discuss about that only. See, what they say. So, air is one of the main things which makes life on earth possible, right? There is one more and the main important factor which makes life possible on the earth, that is air. Okay? Air is nothing else, it is another word for atmosphere only, right? Now, the air present on the earth or the atmosphere around the earth, it is made up of three primary gases, that is oxygen, nitrogen and argon. And beside these three gases, there are many other gases also which are present in the atmosphere, but not in a very large amount, they are present in a very small amount only. Okay? Then there are few substances also like dust, water, pollen, grains. These are also floating in the Earth's atmosphere. Okay? The Earth's atmosphere extends outwards to a distance of approximately 6,000 miles. Okay? So the Earth atmosphere is extended outwards in the space to a distance of approximately 6,000 miles. However, the bulk of that atmosphere exists in the first 16 miles only. Okay? Now, so that was all about the Earth, that is our home planet. Okay, so we have discussed its various and distinct features which makes life possible on the earth. And as we know now that there are certain few factors only which makes life possible on the earth. It is our home planet. So we should keep our earth clean and keep our environment very healthy. Why? Because if we keep our planet clean and tidy, so life will become more easier and healthy to us. Okay, so that's all for the chapter. Let's meet in the new session of science. Till then, keep learning, keep going well, and thanks to everyone.